It sounds like the exact same issue we have.
Yeah. Going live.
Cool.
Live, apparently.
Sweet.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everyone. Oh, yeah, I see it.
Cool. Sorry for the delay. Just ran into a small technical issue there. I'm just going to quickly share these pages and then get on with the show.
I can't. Oh, yeah. I'll share it to our pages.
Cool. I'm all good here.
Cool.
I'm going to get out of Chrome.
Okay.
Everything look okay and sound okay? Hey everyone, sorry for the slow start. Caitlin and I have been doing this streaming thing kind of on and off since the whole lockdown started, but apparently we still can't get off to as smooth a start as we'd like. So forgive us for that. Does everything look and sound okay out there? And let us know if you can't hear us. We know you can see us. I left my beer in the wrong corner of the room.
Oh, no.
First things first.
Got everything you need?
Got everything I need.
Okay. Right.
We're going to dive right in with a couple of reels. Flute and fiddle here. We're going to be switching to pipes later on in the evening. Caitlin will, of course, keep on playing fiddle, but I'm going to switch to pipes after a few sets. But we'll start on the flute. A couple of old reels from the 1920s, 1921 to be specific. These were recorded by a flute player named Michael Walsh and one of the greatest Irish fiddlers to have ever lived named Michael Coleman. They called these The Beauty Spot and...
The Sunny Banks.
Sunny Banks. Thanks for the save there.
Yep.
You know? Cool. couple changes to what's happening in this room. There's a lot of screens broadcasting things.
I see. It's weird to just stare at ourselves playing on a screen.
Yeah, what we've got is my computer actually running the stream over in the corner where you can't see it, and then Caitlin's here so we can see all of your friendly comments. Please feel free to ask questions or make fun of us or do both. I can't promise that we'll see it, but if we do, we'll probably say something.
So actually, I was remembering today when we were getting ready for this that it's actually been just about a year since we were at Three Bridges, which was maybe give or take a week or two, and that was the first stop on our album release tour last year. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Feels good to be back. Wish we could be back in person, but this is better than nothing. So yeah. Nice to play for you all virtually.
Yeah. Sorry, Fran, just a quick note. Kayla and I actually ran into this problem last week with our own stream. I think there's something that, sorry for all the technical talk real quick, but I think all the details that would have been posted with the original scheduled post have now been lost. All
this
the links.
happened to us too.
So if you check, I think as an admin you might be able to add those in now if it's not too late. But all the details are currently missing. If we can't sort that out, we can figure out another way to let you guys know about our CD and where to donate and stuff like that. But Fran might be able to sort that. Okay, sorry for the technical chat. Should we try another set?
Yeah. We are going to play a set of jigs. These are also from the same era of Irish music, 1920s America. This set was recorded together by a great fiddler named James Morrison in 1922, contemporary of Michael Coleman, who recorded the first set that we played. And these are called The Maid in the Meadow and the Castle Bar Races.
Yeah, some nice steady jigs for you.
Oh yeah.
jigs, yeah. All right. Glad you're not sick of listening to us yet, Nate. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Nate.
Yeah, for those of you, we do a regular. For those of you who haven't encountered us yet, we do a regular Friday night stream at 9 p.m. Over on our own Facebook page, which is just called Will Woodson and Caitlin Finley, which is a little bit more casual than this, kind of trying to play different repertoire, different tunes that we don't always play or remember to play. Caitlin and I, back before the lockdown, were playing 3 or 4 sessions a week, a lot of weeks, and of course that went to 0 right away. So having these regular Friday night streams have been a great way to kind of keep tunes fresh in our head and try out some combinations of instruments we don't usually get to try out. Whereas this is a little bit more straight up and down our show, I suppose, if you want to call it that. our normal touring set list.
Hey, Alistair.
Hey, how you doing? Should we try something else now?
Yeah, I think so. We're gonna play a set of Highlands next for non-Irish musicians. Or Highlands are a type of tune that is commonly associated with the north of Ireland. They're kind of like a slowed down reel a little bit, I guess, if you were to put it very simplistically. And yeah, they're normally associated with the north of Ireland, but we actually got these 2 tunes from a dance band out of Philadelphia from the 1920s called the Four Provinces Orchestra. And it's a little bit unusual for a band playing music for dancers to be playing Highlands in that era. Usually we would hear a lot of reels and jigs, hornpipes. But Philly has a pretty large population of Irish people from the north, so it makes sense that this band would have been playing a ton of Highlands, which they did. Yeah. And they called these the Pride of Clyde.
Yeah. Did you mention you're from Philly?
Oh, I'm from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I forgot that that not everyone watching knows me.
Yeah.
So these are especially near and dear to my heart, being from Philadelphia, and I'm also contractually obligated to be the person who tells this story at the start of the set of tunes.
Should we try?
Yeah.
nice little, I don't know what note that was, but there's a weird sort of ringing hum in the room as I played that last note. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're getting on time. For those of you who have tuned in, there is a link that I currently don't have, but I think Fran will have it, to donate. That I believe is it's through PayPal. It's on the Library Arts Center website. And your donations will go both to us as out of work musicians, and to the Library Arts Center as well, and Three Bridges, to kind of help support what they're doing this time. I think if maybe Fran could drop that link in the comments. We'll carry on with whatever is next in our set list.
Set of objects.
Oh yeah, little objects.
Yeah. Cool. There is the link.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a set of hop jigs. Again, for non-Irish musicians, hop jigs are another kind of unusual rhythm, related to a slip jig, which is related to a jig, and they are one of my favorite types of tunes to play. So we're gonna play a set of 3 hop jigs, which is actually pretty unusual for us to play a set of 3 tunes in a row.
Yeah.
We like our two tune sets. The first tune is called The Promenade and is commonly associated with a fiddle player named Michael Gorman. Michael Gorman was originally from County Sligo and ended up in London and was hugely influential to the London music scene. And he learned from the same teacher as Michael Coleman, who we mentioned earlier. And he actually attributed this tune to Michael Coleman. And then the second 2 are a set of 2 hop jigs that Michael Coleman put together, called the Fox Hunters and Comb Your Hair and Curl It. Again, if anyone's joining us late, is unfamiliar with some of these musicians' names we're throwing around, we apologize.
Yep. Sorry for the ropey ending, everyone.
Sorry, guys.
We got a little bit too deep in it. It happens every now and again. People sometimes ask how we know when to end a set, and there's theoretically a number of times around a tune that we know when to end. But
it usually requires,
requires
eye contact and
yeah.
acknowledgement.
Yeah. So that one's on me. Sorry about that. If you're counting mistakes at home, you can count that in my account. Yeah. What do we got next? You want to try that waltz?
Yeah, I could use like something slower after those tunes. Yeah, we're gonna try a waltz.
Yeah. Where's my flute?
Hey, John.
Again, for those of you who maybe haven't heard of us before, I'm Will Woodson. This is Caitlin Finley. We played at the Three Bridges concert series about a year ago when we were touring the release of our debut album, which we just put out a little bit over a year ago. I think we released it on May 15th of 2019. Which feels like about 5 years ago now, but I think is actually only a little more than 12 months in actual calendar time. It is, if you like our music and feel like supporting us, or just want to hear us, it's over at this link, which I'm about to drop into the comments. The album is called The Glory Reel. Yes. That's the right link, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Got it memorized.
Oh, it didn't make it a link. Oh, it
Yeah,
did.
cool.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, so if you feel like checking out the album, that's where you can find more of our stuff.
We also have a new monthly video and tutorial series that we're hosting through Patreon, which maybe we should talk about that a little bit
Yeah,
later.
we'll talk about that a little bit later on, maybe.
I'm going to tune this.
That's a good idea. We're switching over to a different tuning now, so give us a moment.
I'm playing on Will's great-grandmother's flute.
Fiddle. It's a fiddle.
Yeah. You're playing a flute.
I'm playing a flute.
I'm playing a fiddle. Yeah. On Will's great-grandmother's fiddle. So we are going to play waltz.
Yeah. Miss Kinney's is the name of the waltz. It's another tune from the playing of the great 20s and 30s era.
Sorry, Tom.
Sorry, Tom. Yeah. Whatever. Cool.
Sure. Okay.
Right, here we go. waltz. We're doing on time.
Should we switch to pipes?
We might. How many pipe sets do we have?
We've got 4.
2, 3. I suppose we might. Yeah, are you guys ready to hear some pipes? Is that all right if we do a little bit of switching up of instrumentation? While I do that, do you want to talk about the phonograph?
Sure. Will's gonna move the microphone, so maybe I should wait until you move the microphone.
Oh yeah.
So we have to reposition. We have one mic, and we need to reposition it because we're gonna be switching to pipes, and they are loud. Okay, that's where it needs to be. Also, I need to switch fiddles.
Oh yeah.
But I can talk about it for a minute.
Sure.
So yeah, we had kind of hinted at a new project of ours earlier. So yeah, we recently started in April. Actually, we started a new monthly video and tutorial series focused on Irish music from 1920s and 30s, mostly out of New York. Yeah, Irish music recorded in the U.S. in the 1920s and 30s, which is some of our favorite music to play. And we are hosting it on Patreon, which is kind of a subscription service that's based around the old kind of patronage model. So basically you can sign up for a monthly subscription. They're at different levels, so depending on what level, you can get videos, you can get tutorials, kind of different stuff. Yeah, so a lot of the music you hear tonight is the type of music that we are playing, and we're kind of trying to center it around the idea of playing music from exactly 100 years ago, or as close as we can get. So this year we are trying to focus on music recorded in 1920. Next year it'll be 1921, etc.
Yeah. If you're interested in Irish music, and particularly if you're interested in Irish music that was recorded in America, and both kind of the styles associated with it, and various techniques and elements of pipes and flutes and fiddle. It's great for you if you're that kind of Irish music nerd, and also if you just like our music and want to hear more of us. It's a place where we release new music on a constant, ongoing basis.
Yeah, and we release videos that other people can't get access to.
Yeah. So if it sounds like something you might like, just go ahead and I'll actually drop the link into the chat just now. Oh, Sean, the name of that waltz, it's a Michael Coleman tune that it's from Michael Coleman's playing, and he called it Miss Kenny's, or Mrs. Kenny's, I think.
Mrs., yeah.
Make sure that's the right link. I don't know how to. Yeah, thank you. It's always the baritone drum. Oh, good, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry for all the tuning, everyone. It's hot in this room, and the pipes.
And pipes.
And pipes.
Pipes are
Yeah,
pipes.
The pipes are persnickety. Hey, Eva. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Eva.
we'll try a couple of classic old jigs for you now. Tom Busby's and The Geese in the Bog. Start, right? Does that still sound all right to everyone? Are the levels all right? You can hear both fiddle and pipes. They kind of blend into one sort of thing, but you know, hopefully you can hear a little bit of what each instrument is doing. What should we play next?
We have a set list.
Oh, we do have a set list, yeah.
Tom Steele's. That's next.
Oh yeah, so it is. Yeah. Yeah, we'll try a couple of reels now. Actually, it was last month's set over at the Phonograph Project. A couple of reels from Michael Coleman this time. The
Chanter Hard to Hear.
Chanter Hard to Hear. Mind just tilting it slightly more towards me?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, we're making a slight adjustment. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more of the pipes in there. Yeah, a couple of Coleman reels now. They would have recorded in 1920?
1920.
Yeah,
this was like the first set that Coleman recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he started out strong. They're a great couple of reels. He called the first one Tom Steele, and the second one was called what did he call it?
He called the whole set Reedy
yeah.
Johnson's. Reedy Johnson was a box player, an accordion player from New York. So he called the whole set after her. But later on, a another fiddle player named Hugh Gillespie, who actually originally from Donegal, but immigrated to New York and kind of came in contact with Michael Coleman and learned a ton of his music from him. He actually re-recorded these tunes in the late 20s or the 30s, and he called them Tom Steele and Farewell to Leitrim.
Right, yeah.
So that's what we call them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Sounds like the balance is better now.
All right. Yeah, a couple of reels for you there.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about the phonograph project, self-immersion, has actually just been like the, not the excuse, but the kind of the excuse to sit down with a lot of these tunes and actually do some really intense learning on our part and figuring out these settings of tunes that we've always been listening to and wanting to learn more about. It's cool to have a very good motivation to dig into them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, what else? How better to spend your time if you're locked up for a few months, right?
Yeah.
Should we try that hornpipe now? Paul Halfpenny?
Do you want to do the jigs?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I'm looking at the wrong set list.
Oh.
And also misreading my own set list. Yeah, let's do the jigs.
Yeah.
We'll try a couple of jigs now that we don't have, honestly, that we don't know that much about. We don't know that much about the first one. It's called Henchie's Delight, and it's a great old sounding sort of tune that we revel in playing. The second is another tune that the great Sligo, New York fiddler Michael Coleman recorded. It's sort of a mashup of his version of the tune and the great piper Seamus Innes's version of the tune. It's Kitty's Rambles, or the Rambles of Kitty. Are you alright for tuning?
I think so. You wanna check?
Yeah. Students.
Me too.
I hope you all do too.
Yeah.
Well. See, we're getting around to the. We got a little bit of a late start, so we should probably play a few more sets, shouldn't we?
Yeah, maybe a couple more.
Yeah. I think we were originally scheduled to go from around 7 to 8, but we got just a touch of a late start. So we might play just a little bit longer than that for you all, if that's all right. And if it's not, I suppose you're permitted to leave, if that's what you must do.
Do you want to do whole pay?
Yeah.
Whole halfpenny, or you could throw in the dairy.
Let's do those two. Let's do whole pay. Full halfpenny and the other one.
Okay.
Let's do that and then see where we're at.
Yeah,
anyways.
sounds good.
We'll start off with an old hornpipe, very old hornpipe that has a lot of associations with piping. It's called pole halfpenny, and our version that we play sort of comes from the playing of the great Irish American piper Patsy Toohey, and we'll follow that up with another tune that we got from Patsy Toohey, which is of his version of the Swallow's Tail reel. Patsy Toohey was one of the greatest Irish pipers to ever have been recorded, and was lived nearly all of his life in America. Moved here as a young boy and learned his music in America, and made his living touring the vaudeville circuit in the late 19th century and early 20th century as a piper, and was an absolutely phenomenal musician. And we're lucky to be able to listen to him because he had a whole business making wax recordings in his New York home, and shipping them all over the country. For I think it was $1 per cylinder or something like that in those times. Which, if you do the conversion rate,
money.
It's pretty good pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say Toohey was doing a little bit better than a lot of us are these days.
That's Hey, Patrick.
Oh, hey Patrick. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try this one and then the Swallow's Tail, and wrap it up with another tune that comes from Toohey's playing his version of The Lady on the Island. As much as he had a version.
I don't play his version.
Yeah, I sort of do. I start this one, right?
Yeah.
thanks everyone. What do you think? Shall we wrap it up with just one more set?
Yeah, let's play one more set.
Yeah. Thanks to all of you for tuning in tonight. We've really enjoyed playing for you all. Particularly the new faces that have tuned in. And thanks very much to the Library Arts Center and their Three Bridges concert series for having us.
Thanks so much.
Really appreciate it. Maybe, Fran, now might be a good time to drop that link into the chat once more for where you can donate to the Library Arts Center as well as to us. We're splitting the proceeds of the evening. So if you like our music and you like the Library Arts Center and the Three Bridges concert series, consider clicking on the link and heading over there to give them a few bucks. And if you like our stuff, probably the easiest thing is just to go to woodsonandfinley.com, where you can find out more about our album and our Patreon and all that good stuff.
And again, if you like this, we do a weekly live stream Friday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern Time through Facebook. And it's a bit more casual than this, kind of more of a session vibe than a concert vibe. But we have a good time and chat with our friends, and so you're welcome to join anytime.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I heard my reed coming loose.
Oh no. Yeah. So thanks again. I
think we're all good.
I think Will's talking about his pipes. Got scared. Do you want to do the Peeler's Jacket?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna play one last set of reels. 2 tunes recorded in a great pipes and fiddle duet from the 20s, I think, late 20s. James Morrison and Michael Carney recorded these two together. They called the first one the Peeler's Jacket. It's now more often referred to as the Raveled Hanky Yarn, so I don't know if they just got that name wrong, but we call it the Peeler's Jacket. And the second one is the Duke of Leinster.
Yep.
So thanks again, everyone. We had a ton of fun.
Yep. Should we do it?
Yeah.
so much, everyone. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday evening, and thanks so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Again, if you feel like donating or checking out any of our stuff, I believe all those links are in the details or comments at this point. So feel free to check it out. And yeah, thanks again.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.